For most of human history, this question, are we alone, was a philosophical one, a campfire story, a late-night radio show topic. It was the stuff of science fiction. But in the last decade, something profound has changed. The conversation has moved from the fringes to the forefront, from dusty X-Files in a forgotten basement to the polished marble halls of Congress. The subject of UFOs has undergone a rebranding, and with it, a radical legitimization. This is what we used to have. Blurry photos, often faked. Anecdotes from lone individuals on dark country roads. Stories that were entertaining, but ultimately easy to dismiss as misidentification, hoaxes, or delusion. And this is what we have now. High-resolution infrared footage, corroborated by multiple sensor systems, and testified to under oath by the most credible witnesses imaginable. Decorated Top Gun fighter pilots. The question is no longer just, are aliens visiting us? The new, more urgent question is, what is the nature of this presence in our skies, and why is the world's most powerful government suddenly admitting it's real? Forget everything you think you know about little green men. This is a story about technology, politics, and a paradigm shift that is happening right under our noses. November 14th, 2004. The Pacific Ocean. The USS Nimitz Carrier Strike Group, one of the most advanced naval fleets ever assembled, is conducting training exercises. For 2 weeks, their brand-new state-of-the-art SPY-1 radar system, a system designed to track dozens of incoming ballistic missiles at once, had been tracking strange objects that would appear instantly at 80,000 feet, far above the ceiling of any known aircraft, plummet to 20,000 feet in a matter of seconds, hover, and then shoot back up into space. These weren't commercial planes or missiles or anything in their playbook. The flight profiles were impossible. So, they sent someone to take a look. Commander David Fravor, a 16-year Navy veteran and commanding officer of the Black Aces fighter squadron, was diverted from his training mission to intercept one of these mystery targets. What he saw would change his life, and eventually, our world. As he approached the location, he saw a disturbance on the calm ocean below, a churning patch of white water, as if a 737 was submerged just beneath the surface. And hovering erratically above it, about 50 feet up, was a smooth, white, oblong object. No wings, no control surfaces, no exhaust plumes, no visible propulsion. He described it as a tic-tac. Fravor watched as this tic-tac mirrored his jet's movements, intelligently reacting to his presence, and then vanished in a literal blink of an eye. Less than a minute later, the USS Princeton reacquired the object on radar, 60 miles away. To travel that distance in that time requires a velocity and an acceleration that would generate G-forces that would crush any known aircraft and instantly kill any human pilot inside. And Fravor wasn't alone. Years later, in 2015, pilots from the USS Theodore Roosevelt would capture now-famous footage of similar phenomena, documenting objects pulling off maneuvers that still have no conventional explanation. In 2020, the U.S. Senate Intelligence Committee, led by senators from both parties, did something unprecedented. They demanded an unclassified report on unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAPs, the new official term. The resulting 2021 report from the Office of the Director of National Intelligence was a bombshell, not for what it said, but for what it admitted it didn't know. Of 144 incidents reported by military aviators between 2004 and 2021, they could only explain one with high confidence. It was a large, deflating balloon. The rest remained a mystery. The report stated that these UAPs clearly pose a flight safety issue and may pose a challenge to U.S. national security. It also confirmed they displayed unusual flight characteristics, such as remaining stationary in high winds, moving against the wind, maneuvering abruptly, and moving at considerable speed without discernible means of propulsion. Think about that. The United States government, in an official public document, admitted that objects with technology far beyond our own, or that of any known adversary, are operating in our restricted airspace with impunity. The conversation had officially changed from what if to what is. This led to the first open congressional hearing on the subject in over 50 years. Then, in July 2023, things escalated dramatically. A man named David Grusch, a 14-year intelligence veteran who worked at the National Reconnaissance Office and was the co-lead for UAP analysis at the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, came forward as a whistleblower. Under oath, in a House Oversight Committee hearing broadcast to the world, he made a series of incredible claims. He alleged that the U.S. government has been running a secret, multi-decade UAP crash retrieval and reverse engineering program, and that this information has been illegally withheld from Congress. Most astonishingly, he claimed that non-human biologics have been recovered from some of these craft. These are claims so extraordinary they're hard to process. And it's crucial to state, this is his testimony. Physical proof has not been presented to the public. But the fact that a man with his credentials, who has provided classified testimony to the Intelligence Community Inspector General, would say these things under oath, risking prison if he's lying, is a landmark event. The government is no longer just admitting it doesn't know what's in the sky. Decorated insiders are now claiming the government has the wreckage in a hangar. For decades, mainstream science wouldn't touch this topic with a 10-foot pole. It was career suicide, a fast track to academic ridicule. But the government's newfound transparency and the sheer quality of the military evidence has opened the door for serious academic inquiry. Enter Avi Loeb, the former chair of Harvard's astronomy department. A respected, if controversial figure, Loeb argues that science is failing by ignoring the evidence. He's not waiting for the government. In 2021, he launched the Galileo Project. The goal is simple and revolutionary: to bring the scientific method to the study of UAPs. The project is setting up a network of sophisticated AI-powered observatories around the globe. These stations will constantly scan the sky with high-resolution cameras, infrared sensors, and audio recorders. The AI is being trained to filter out all known objects, birds, planes, satellites, and only flag the true anomalies, building a credible, transparent, scientific database of evidence open to the world. While the Galileo Project hunts for visitors here, the James Webb Space Telescope is transforming our understanding of just how many potential neighbors we might have. JWST is analyzing the atmospheres of planets orbiting distant stars, worlds hundreds of light years away. It's looking for biosignatures, chemical fingerprints like water vapor, methane, and oxygen that could indicate the presence of life. We haven't found a definitive sign yet, but we've confirmed that the building blocks of life are ubiquitous. The universe is a cosmic kitchen, stocked with all the right ingredients. The galaxy is filled with trillions of planets. We now know many are rocky, Earth-like, and exist in the habitable zone around their stars. The scientific probability that we are the only intelligent life form in this vastness is dwindling to near zero. The question is shifting from if life is out there to how would it get here. So we have credible witnesses, government admission, and a scientific search underway. The evidence strongly suggests something is here. Something non-human, or at the very least, technology that is not our own. This leads us to the biggest questions of all. What is it? And why aren't they making open contact? And then there's the most challenging question. Why now? Why does it seem like sightings are increasing, or at least our ability to track them is? Some have pointed to our development of nuclear weapons as a potential trigger for increased observation. There are dozens of credible, declassified reports of UAPs appearing over nuclear missile silos during the Cold War, sometimes even deactivating the launch systems. Did we announce our technological adolescence to the cosmos by splitting the atom, forcing someone to keep a closer eye on the new and potentially dangerous kids in the galactic neighborhood? We may not have a crashed saucer on the White House lawn, but we have something that may be even more profound. A steady, persistent, and undeniable trickle of data that is forcing us to confront the reality that we may not be alone. And that our visitors, whoever they are and wherever they're from, are no longer content to stay completely in the shadows. The journey to understanding this mystery is just beginning. It's a journey that will require us to be more open-minded, more rigorous, and more curious than ever before. But one thing is clear. We are living through the paradigm shift. We are the generation that has to grapple with the evidence. The silent visitors have, in a way, already made contact. Not with a greeting, but with a question mark hung in our skies for all of us to see.